I do 420 nurses.
That's it. See, I thought you were familiar to me. Yeah.
We're live.
If I'm not mistaken,
Ladies and
Cannabis
gentlemen,
and Culture
grab
Show.
your lighters and
Maybe.
make sure your pipe's clean, because it's time for the Hit Me Up podcast with your host, Michael Doobie Doober.
Doobie Doober. Welcome to the show. I am Mike Doober, your host with the most Jello jokes. Jello, give your teeth a rest. Today with me is co-host Cheyenne again.
Hello.
Cheyenne, how was your 2 weeks now? 2 weeks since we've been in
I
here.
know, it's been too long.
I know. How you doing?
I'm good. Yeah,
Awesome.
just enjoying the holidays, you know?
Great, great. Holidays are sometimes stressful. You gotta just push through and manage and have fun and seem to not watch as many Christmas movies as you can. Avoid Christmas movies. Jay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jay Coldwater.
What up?
The host of the Hot Box podcast here in Las Vegas. What's
Yes, sir.
up, Jay? How you doing?
I just got off of work, so I'm happy.
You need to get high.
Yeah, I need. Yeah, pretty much. I need to get out. I'm like not there yet.
Jay, how long have you been here in Vegas?
All my life,
Since you were born.
76 until now.
What hospital were you born in?
I was born in Women's Hospital. It is now called Sunrise Hospital to your layman's.
All right, Sunrise, right? Lake Mead, right?
No,
I'm thinking of the Children's Hospital. Desert Inn.
Desert Inn. Yeah, Desert
Yes.
Inn around the Parkway.
Right next to where they sell the $2 shoes.
And
Over there.
and around the corner from the crack spot. Yes.
You love me some Twain and Swenson, boy.
Twain and Swenson is the business, man. All up in. I used to live over there.
It's like watching Facebook without having to watch Facebook.
Actually, no, it's more like watching the first
Perfect
48.
description.
It's like watching the first 48 without the fat black chick in the high heels.
Oh, that's funny. And you love it here? You ever live anywhere else?
When I was a kid, we lived in California. I visited quite a few places, but this is home. I love it here. I want to live other places, but I already know, like, if I go someplace else, I'm coming right back.
That's how it happens.
That's how it
Yeah.
happens. Because I'm gonna miss like 3:00 in the morning, anything.
Right.
You know, so
Yeah, you get spoiled by it.
dude, you don't even know the half. Like I go to places and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go to the store and buy some beer. And you go in there like, yo, let me get a couple of tall cans at Miller High Life, you know. And they're like, oh yeah, no, we don't sell alcohol past 10 o'clock. And they're like, your whole town should shut down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's your mayor at? Wake him up.
Where's the mayor? Where's the mayor of California?
Where's the mayor of California? Wake
Next thing
his
you know,
ass
it's
up.
like, get in the chopper. I'm the mayor.
I'm the
your
mayor. What you want? I want some beer, man. That's what I want. You playing with me.
I'm going to tag you guys in this. We are on Facebook. Those that are about to listen, you can also view us on Facebook. We just doing our thing here.
Doing a thing live.
I just shared it right there.
Sure.
You've been doing
Yep.
comedy for a little bit, right?
Yeah. I've been doing comedy now 4 years now.
4 years.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah. So I'm getting to the point now where I'm asking for money now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out there on the corner slanging jokes,
Man,
but I need some.
I got a hat set. I got a hat set aside and everything that I'm gonna pass around when I get done telling
Perfect.
comedy. Yeah,
A hat.
a hat. It's a nice hat too. It's made of wicker.
Are you leaving it or you're just passing it
I'm just-
around?
no,
and taking
you
it?
can't leave. No, you can't leave no hat out. Somebody pick it up and put their hat, with my money on their head and walk off, and then I gotta stop telling jokes to go, possibly get an assault charge.
I was like, look at Jay. He's bringing gifts and stuff. No, he's just showing his hat and
Yeah.
taking it with him.
I'm just gonna be like, yo, put the money in there, and then we'll put it up in here, and then very classy act is what it'll be. It's a fedora.
Who are some of your comedy influences?
Well, number one, I'm definitely a Richard Pryor kid. I came up watching Richard Pryor as a little guy, not even knowing what he was really talking about, and laughing my ass off. I just thought it was just like the funniest thing. It was mostly because his eyes get real big, or he'll do all, he'll get all like that. So it's like, yo, he's funny. Then I get older, and it's like now he's even more funny to me. So
Right.
yeah, so definitely one of my influences, because I like how he, one of my major things that I try and do is like, I don't ever want to be fake. In any way, shape, or form, you know what I'm saying? What you see is what you get on and off stage. If I'm not having a good day, best believe I'm not gonna have a good day on stage. You know, you know what I'm saying?
And
So,
it's easy for that to happen.
It
in
is.
comedy,
It really is. But
or in any entertainment.
right. But then watching more and more Richard Pryor, you know, over the years, none of that matters, and I like that. So
And I see it too, because I've seen you perform on stage, and I've heard you say some things that made me be like, "Damn, did he just say that?"
I let it fly, man. There's no breaks in this, man. Look, yeah, it is. Well, so one of my favorite taglines that I use for everything, not just in comedy and life, is "It's my God-given right as an American." So with that being said, my freedom of speech rights, I take them very, very seriously and for granted.
Whoa.
yeah, for both. But, you know, because I'm assuming that one day what I say is going to get me in trouble. You know, so.
Keep going. I'm gonna change the light real quick.
But but I've been doing it for 4 years. It's been dope. My very first time doing comedy, I loved it immediately. And then my second time, I bombed, and I was still like, yo, it was still freeing. You know?
Right.
You know, it wasn't because I used to rap,
Oh, okay.
and rapping is. I used to say when I first
Very
started,
different from comedy.
Yeah, I used to say it was the same though. I used to be like, oh, no, it's no different. You know what I'm saying? You got to be on the crowd. You got to be, you know.
Yeah.
And then I realized that no, me for comedy is because I was the same way when I rapped too. Like, you know, saying whatever it was that was on my mind at that forefront. That's what I wrote and that's what I rapped about. You know, pen, paper, freestyle, whatever. So when I get to doing comedy, it was the same thing. So for me, it was the same, but overall, two different animals altogether.
And I found that because I played music my whole life growing up, and I've seen that versus comedy and music, the difference is that you see the reaction right away. When you're playing music, you're not even thinking about what people think about your music.
Exactly.
You're just hitting your notes and hitting your words. But as soon as it turns to when you're doing comedy, it's like, oh man, you get that immediate reaction.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
if people don't like you, and I've been there.
And then on top of that, right, we've all been there.
Like, we don't like you.
Now the biggest thing though, when it comes down to it, it's just you up there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just you, the mic, the light, and one or two people that actually say, hey, I like that guy's face. God bless them people. I try and hold on to them two people so bad. But what's cool is that once you get them two, you know, so they'll bring everybody else in with them, you know. But at the end of the day, though, when it comes to music, though, you got maybe you got a partner, you've got a DJ, you've got music, you know what I'm saying? So even if you suck, your song is awesome.
Right.
You know.
Something's going well.
Something's
You're
going
dancing
well.
good.
Yeah, right.
I've heard
right.
that about. They're like, oh man, her she wasn't landing her notes, but she was dancing pretty well on stage.
Yeah.
You know,
We'll never
they were
get that.
choreographed,
Yeah.
so you know, Backstreet Boys had it going on. You know,
We'll never get that. I think the best that we'll get from a backhanded compliment from an audience member is like, he wasn't funny, but the way he got off stage, though. Quickly.
It was great when he left.
Yeah, he was awesome when he left, though. Horrible when he got here.
I actually chased away audience members after you because I performed on stage at Rebar right after you, and that day you were wearing extra baggy clothes. He remembers this. And at the very end of your set, he was walking off of the stage and someone yelled a heckle at you about the clothes as you were already off stage. And then I was next and I was like, hey, shout out to the guy that waited for him to get off stage to make a heckle.
Right, yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And just that got the dude to get up and leave.
Right,
They
yeah.
got up and left. I was like, oh, man.
Well, nah, because that was, you know what, though? Fuck him. That was a sucker move. Anyway.
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah.
curse here?
Yeah, you can
That's-
say
oh,
whatever.
after the fact,
Right, you can
It's
say
like,
anything.
Like, God damn it, fuck this motherfucker. Should I be cussing right now?
No, you can say whatever.
Awesome,
Let it
great.
fly.
Dope. No, fuck those guys. Look, a heckler is somebody who's not funny but wishes they were.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you
That's
know what
me.
I'm saying? You know. Now,
Just kidding.
I actually got heckled. I was at Money Plays one night, and I got heckled by a guy that actually made me laugh.
Oh,
I got a bit, and it's called "The Best that Cold Water Can Do," and the tagline is "The Best that Cold Water Can Do." So the guy says, "All right, we get it. It's the best that cold water could do." And I said to myself, "I guess it is kind of redundant, you know." And later on, I think about it, I probably should have said, "Yeah, this joke is kind of redundant. Shut up." But you know, when he said that, I just kind of just laughed. I was just like, "Oh God, this guy." Yeah, okay.
at the moment, sometimes you don't know what to say.
Yeah, he just
I've
had
said
it
the
right there,
weirdest
yeah.
things on stage to people.
Yeah.
I chased one guy away because I made a mama joke about him, but he was going at me hard, and I was just like, "Oh, your mom," and he flipped out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll go to your mom's. Yeah, I'll go to your mom's. pick
Yeah,
my underwear and everything, and then
Do you find that weed and cannabis plays a part in your comedy?
see, it's a big part of me, overall because well, first of all,
I mean, you smoke hard.
yeah, I love to smoke weed. There's like two things I like to do: tell jokes, and well, no, excuse me. There's three things I like to do: tell jokes, smoke weed, and watch porn.
Had to throw that third one
The
in. You're like,
American
shout
pastime.
out to porn.
Yeah,
If
shout-
you ever
shout out-
famous, they're gonna be like, who do you owe it all to? You're like,
Shout out to Pornhub.
Porn,
shout out to porn. I wouldn't be here without you.
Moco Space, not Moco Space. Sorry, that's I used to go check out bitches on fucking early internet dating. I don't know if you guys know what Moco Space was, but yeah, okay.
Local space?
Moco Space, M-O-C-O
Moco Space?
yeah.
Ooh, that sounds underground.
It came with your T-Mobile phone.
It actually, it
Sounds
sounds
like it's from Twain and
It
Sons.
sounds like a Hawaiian dating site. It's like you could get that Loco Moco.
You know what though? I don't know who ran it or where it came from, but I tell you what, it got me laid a lot.
Moco space.
Moco Space. That's the first time I went on it. I was like, "Yo, what's this on my phone?" Oh, it's chat room.
It's like this day.
What
and age
year
of
was this?
Tinder.
This was like 99, 2000.
Any success stories off of Moco Space?
Yeah. yeah. Actually, this transpired from Moco Space and it slid over to Air G. And then
Air G?
yeah, and then we exchanged numbers and then I nailed me a fat chick.
Give it up for.
Shout out to fat chicks over here.
Oh my goodness, the grenades. There's always a grenade. I used to be the grenade of my group because I always hung around like good-looking guys.
Right,
You know,
right,
and
right.
I don't know why they kept me around. Maybe it was because I was a grenade myself. So they're like, just go in there, and they would just throw me
Right,
in.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
it.
the hence of a grenade. The name comes from that. You just throw them in
Just
there.
go in there and just be
Yeah.
like, hey, what's going on? I'm gonna tell you why they kept you around, bro. Because they weren't really that good looking to themselves.
Actually, on the insides they were ugly, but the outsides they were good looking people. You know.
Yeah, really?
I mean,
Like
like
Adonis
people
and
would
shit
be
like
like
that? Were they like Adonises?
yeah, they were like man dimes and man nines.
Oh,
They're
shit.
like man
You know.
dimes.
Yeah.
Like you running around with a bunch of ushers and fucking and Sean, the guy that died in the car accident from Fast and the Furious.
Yeah. Oh, that guy.
Too
We don't
soon?
even know his name. We just the guy that died.
Too soon?
No,
Yikes.
no,
guys-
a
you guys
Juice,
don't
a
want
Juice
that.
WRLD joke would be too soon.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I don't know, we all shook
I've
over
seen
that.
him out there.
Oh.
I've seen him out there. I was actually surprised that he died from a seizure
Well,
because
you know why?
I heard about it and I was like, what?
You
He
know
took
what?
like 70 Percocets or something. They
Yeah,
said they
see?
or no, they found 70 pounds of weed. Sorry, but he took like handfuls of Percocets.
Handfuls?
Yeah, to hide them from like the feds and stuff. And so that's what caused
see?
like the seizure.
At the airport?
It had to
You're
be.
supposed to stuff that stuff in your butt. What is he thinking?
You first.
Actually, you know what? I would tell you something like this. If I got money like that, and I'm about to get pinched by the feds with a whole bunch of pills. I'm not swallowing. I'm not shoving. I'm just gonna throw the shit out the window. Fuck, I got
Yeah.
money. I'm gonna get myself out of prison anyway.
Because you can't take that many at one time.
No, that's stupid. No, I'm not.
That's like those people that hide story you've heard, like the dude that hides acid in his sock or something, and it goes through to his skin, and next thing you know, he's like talking to a glass of orange juice.
Right. Just,
Thinks that he is the glass of orange.
Yes,
juice.
everyone knows I want to meet the person that
you
is
been
actually
concentrating?
a glass of orange juice because I've never
Right.
met him. Right?
Oh.
It's just a story. It's
I would love that. I would just like. I don't want to do acid, but I like to watch people do acid. And then, because then I get by and watch them. I'll smoke weed and
Yeah.
watch them.
That's
and then,
me too. I want to observe you all be dumb.
Well, quick story here. So, 10th grade, one of my friends, he sells acid. He comes over by the house. He's got this chick with him. And he says, bro, I just gave this chick like 3 hits of acid. Now, I don't know if that's a lot or not. To this day, I'm not even sure if that's a whole lot.
Right.
Okay. It just said, but when he said that, I was like, fuck.
man. Yeah, he could have said half of one. You're like, whoa.
Oh, I'd be like, oh, I'd have been like all bugged out. He'd have been like, yo, I gave this bitch a pound of weed. I'm like, oh, she all right. I didn't know,
Yeah.
but I don't know shit about acid. So I'm like,
Right.
whoa, 3 hits, oh shit. So now she's tripping balls. I guess that's the term, right? Tripping balls.
Yeah.
So-
tripping balls.
So he says, dude, put her in a box. And I'm like,
Oh,
when do you put her in a box? He was like, bro, put her in a box. I'm
it's the
like,
oldest trick.
yeah, it was new to me that day. He said, put her in a box. I'm like, put her in a box. I'm like, all right. So I actually go out to my garage and I come with a box. And I come with this box. He's like, dude, what are you doing? She turns around. She's like, oh my God, what is that? And I take the box and I put it over her head and she's like going down. And I'm just coming on down. And I must have looked like the evil, like an evil clown or like something dangerous. Because she's like, her eyes, she's a total like, remember The Ring? You know, when they just, she looked like that. She looked, and he's like, bro, put the box down. I'm like, all right. So I thought, I put the box down. I was like, well, you told me to put it in a box. He was like, no, like this. And he comes over and he
draws a box.
He draws a box around her and he closes the lid. And then she knows, she's just like, did you just put me in a box for real just now? And my man goes like, and I'm saying, and at this point, I haven't really started smoking weed yet, okay? So I'm just watching him do this and I'm just like, whoa. So because of that moment right there, I want to now get somebody high on acid, roll me a joint or a blunt or something like that, and then put them in a box.
A
So
real
I
box
couldn't-
or the metaphorical?
The metaphorical box, because that was way more funny. Because she was literally in there like I don't want to get out. I don't want to be in here anymore. And I'm just like, this is hilarious, dude. And like he's like, dude, don't blow this. I'm like, dude, I don't even know what to say. What do you mean don't blow it? I have no clue. This is new. This is like new rules.
You're
of
like,
Monopoly.
I don't even know how
I-
to play along with this.
I have
Yeah.
I have no how. So I'm gonna. I don't know what to do. I'm just like, all right, whatever. She's in.
She's in a box.
Yeah,
dude.
she's in a box, bro. And she's like, let me out. I'm like.
You're like, I'm stumped too,
I
dude.
don't know how to get you out of there. What are you gonna get, an eraser? You know, do I need an eraser now? So, but yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, it's
A razor.
but seeing stuff like that, and then like I grew up in the '80s, so like watching like cats do like crack and free base and cocaine like that.
That was fun.
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
fun to watch. Yeah, like my first crack guy, I seen him run across the street, slam into a pole, and then spin back to where he started from. So he was like bang, and then all the way back.
The wind up.
Yeah, that was the wind
You know?
down. That's really what it was. He was already up.
On the streets, that's a crackhead touchdown. He made a touchdown. He
made
celebrated.
Yeah, he said that's what it was. Yeah, because he probably wasn't gonna make it any other way.
Well, I grew up here on East Las Vegas, so we were more Tweakerville. So we would watch Tweakers, and as kids, we would use binoculars, and we would think we were like spies and shit.
Nice.
And we would be watching drug houses. And me and my neighbors, they were just sitting there over the wall, like peeking, watching drug houses, acting like we were spies. And until one day we saw a dude lose his ear. And we were like, that was it. We were kids, and we were like, once the dude lost his ear, that was it.
You're
And
like,
I've
never
never
mind.
seen, and I don't even know like if the dude had a knife or not. But as a child, I thought the other guy just ripped his ear off. And I believed it as a child. I was like,
Yeah.
finish him.
Nice.
we were done. We're gonna hit up some news right now. Talk about some news going on. You guys stay up with that Facebook news articles.
Yeah.
You might have seen some of these.
I do, but it's all. I mean, like, I don't go to Facebook to watch the news.
Are you gonna roll a blunt?
I'm going to. I'm looking at it like
Just that weed is staring at you.
it is.
I can hear it.
All right, so Las Vegas is looking to drop their slogan of "What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas." This is reported by the U.S. Today. U.S. Today is saying that U.S. Today claims that Vegas is changing it to "What happens here only happens here." Now, I don't fucking believe this is true, because if you're a man whore in Idaho,
You're a man whore in Idaho.
you're a man whore in Vegas.
yeah.
There,
That's very true.
Yeah. There's no fixing that. What the?
But what's next? What's next for the slogan? What are they going to say? What happens here happens here? Like, just keep reducing it down. The place where things happen.
What happens?
What happens?
happens?
Then it's going to go to happens.
Which is what happened.
Vegas happens.
But what's the purpose for changing it anyway?
Vegas
Did somebody
happens.
complain? Like,
You know what? In actuality, that's a more better. Yeah, I'll say that. A more better statement there in Vegas, because I've been here long enough to know this, and I can tell you the truth. Yeah, Vegas just kind of happens to you. You just get, like, you get here with like people come here with hopes and dreams.
Exactly.
You know.
But what happens here only happens here? No. Because
No.
people smoke crack other places.
Yeah.
People do.
Like, have you ever been to Reno?
Like,
Yeah.
you think Vegas is the only place that has one night stands? No.
right.
Have you been to Utah?
Shit goes down in
Yeah.
Utah.
Down in the tall,
Apparently.
man.
Every time
It goes
Utah's
down
in the
in the
news,
beehive.
Utah is in the news for lost hitchhikers and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like guys stuck under a boulder,
Yeah.
I used to live in
Of all-
Utah.
right?
Yeah,
There's people
and it's
missing
like-
all the time.
Yeah, but it's like we call them Utards because everyone is like 10 years behind of anywhere else you go. So it's like traveling back in time to the Utards.
It's like Utah Amish is what it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
All the Miss Me jeans and stuff are all big right now still.
It's the Amish of the West. They're still looking for gold. I bet.
No, they're
digging
actually,
for gold.
There's active mines there. Yeah, I was just in actually. Yeah, I was in Utah. Actually, no. I take it back. I was just in St. George early last year, and me and the wife we went driving around in there, and yeah, there's still active mines that people go in there. You can you got to pay a little fee, but you can go in there and be like,
Yeah.
Look, I don't know about you, but George, that ain't a fucking saint's name, bro. George ain't no saint.
I mean, I don't know. It depends on what George we're talking about. Like,
You got Saint Christopher. It rolls off the tongue,
that's
but you're
the
like
name. That's the
Saint
name.
George.
Saint Christopher,
yeah.
yeah.
Saint George is like the saint that's gonna touch you, bro.
Yeah, St. George. What are you, St. George? Hey, I'm the St. George over
St.
here.
George.
The Saint of beer and pedophilia. They
St.
call me
George.
uncle over here.
Hey, come here. I'll do that shit that the other saints
The weird
won't do.
uncle,
Right,
like,
yeah, he's the weird uncle.
Hugs
Yeah.
you a little bit too long at the barbecue.
Yeah, Saint George is the weird uncle. He hugs you
Right.
too long.
And then, have you guys ever been to Georgetown?
No, Pennsylvania,
No, Georgetown, Utah.
Utah.
Yeah, it's yeah, don't.
Don't do it.
I really because okay, so I didn't know there was a difference between that Georgetown and the Georgetown with the fighting bulldog on the back of it. I had no clue. I thought I was going to the same place. So when I got there, I was like, hell yeah, college town, I'm about to get ripped. We're gonna party. We're gonna kick. Ooh, we're gonna go wild out here. We're gonna,
Yo, you were churning butter.
dude, I was about turning butter. I was watching butter get. I pulled over. I was like, we come over the bridge. I'm like, oh yeah. And I could think I was like, hell yeah, dude, fucking drunken white chicks that never seen a black guy before. This is gonna be awesome. And I come over the bridge and I'm looking. I'm like, dude, why are all the buildings white? Come down over the hill, get down there, and I'm like. So I pull into the store. Stupidly, I asked the guy, and I said, yo, so where's the college at? He was like, what college? I'm like, Georgetown? He was like, I imagine it's about 10,000 miles that away, son. I'm like, where am I at? You're in Georgetown, Utah. It's more of a suburb of St. George. I'm like, what? I'm in Summerlin? I'm in Summerlin.
But the Summerlin of St.
Oh,
George.
St. George. I'm like, oh my God, I said, we got to turn back around.
So you
and go
telling
back
me
there.
I'm at my weird uncle's cousin's house?
Yeah, that's
right
exactly.
now?
That's where I'm at. Yes, yeah, there it is. Yep.
And we got some other news that's outside of Las Vegas. A woman was arrested for a DUI in her RV after she got it stuck in a Taco Bell drive-thru.
Oh my god.
Late Friday night.
You know that bitch was high.
I'm
She
surprised
was
she wasn't
loaded.
stuck in reverse.
Right,
you know?
just
my
back it over.
Late Friday night in Washington State, the woman entered the drive-thru in the wrong way in her RV as well, in the wrong way of the drive-thru, and she got stuck. 56-year-old lady was arrested on DUI charges, and something's telling me this was not her first incident.
I wouldn't imagine so. Now, because the question is now, is there an argument about how does she get a DUI in her home?
My
Is there any argument
god.
about that there? How did she get that?
I guarantee she probably argued that. Like, no.
I would imagine the first time she did, she was like, I am in my house, officer.
How dare you come on
How
my property?
dare you come on my property and write me a DUI? I ain't been home. I can drink all the whiskey and gasoline I want to here.
Whiskey
you need
and
a-
gasoline?
I just imagine she drinks gasoline too.
Do you need a warrant to come into an RV like that?
Hey, okay, I guess there's a call going on here.
Yeah, Jeff.
Oh,
should I
man.
answer
We're
this?
actually going to head to break right now. We're going to hear from our sponsors, and we will be right back with more talk. I'm having fun. You guys having fun? We're
Having
going
a
to
kick
We're
ass.
gonna
Roll
smoke.
this blunt.
Yeah.
roll it up.
Gonna get-
Hi, this is Jillian Elizabeth, your go, go, go girl at Die Laughing Records. And I always listen to Radio Vegas Rocks. And you should too. Check it out.
Do you guys love tacos?
I do.
I do.
Okay, right? Yeah.
Love tacos.
I
That's
don't
my
care-
spirit animal.
I don't care what gender you are or, we love tacos, right?
Sexually identify as a taco.
Yes! Whatever, man. But, since we all love tacos, we all need to know about Pinch Eight's Tacos. And do you know where it's at? It's 9205 West Russell Road. It's an awesome place for lunch, dinner, or both. Here at RadioVegas.rocks, we love this place so much that if you mention us and order a blood orange margarita, they will give you a free gringo taco. What? Free gringo taco? Yes, that's right. That's what I said. And you know what else? It's like, okay, you're like, well, I don't really feel like driving over there. They have 2 locations, bruh. 2 fucking locations. But you need to get in on this deal. You must visit the Russell location. I mean, yeah, that's where you gotta go for the free gringo tacos. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? If you're just like, I don't have gas for that, but I have money for tacos, just go to the other one. But yeah, Pinches Tacos, because who else doesn't love tacos, man?
At Albo Pizza, our mission is to bring a menu of savory Italian classics and tasty American fare to the city of Las Vegas. Combining a classic menu of Italian favorites and American fare, Albo Pizza was designed with a variety of palates in mind. United by fresh ingredients prepared daily, all our recipes are homemade, hand-tossed, and hard to resist. Explore their popular pizza offerings or branch out with our burgers and chicken wings. Whichever way you go, their menu is prepared to please. Located at 1510 South Las Vegas Boulevard next to Dino's. Visit them online at www.albopizzalv.com or find them on Facebook. For delivery, call 702-333-2526.
Hey everybody, it's Jay from the Rockin' Comedy Show. You know, I've been doing this for a while, and people still come up to me and say, that's a great shirt. Where did you get it? $6shirts.com, if you haven't heard by now. That's where I get the majority of all of my funny t-shirts. $6 each, or 10 tees for $50. They have a great selection, it's fast shipping, and I'm telling you guys, you can't get a deal like 10 tees for $50 anywhere else. 10 tees, $50. Funny t-shirts of all kinds for $6 each. Thousands of t-shirts to choose from. You'll spend hours looking at their website. They've got guys tees, girls tees, guys tanks, shirts that are inappropriate for work. They've got sweatshirts, hoodies, prints. Of course, not all of those are $6, but they start at $6 and they work their way up. Thousands of t-shirts just starting at $6, but you got to take advantage of that deal, that 10 t-shirt for $50. Check them out now, $6shirts.com. Hey guys, it's Crazy Jay from the Rockin' Comedy Show, and I wanted to talk to you about the Ballsy Company. They have a fantastic product that I am absolutely in love with. In fact, here's a clip of the Rockin' Comedy Show as we talk about it.
What's ballsy?
Ballsy.
Oh, ballsy.
That's ball wash.
That's
ball wash.
Really
The funk
good.
off your junk.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's for guys on the go.
Guys on the go.
You know.
You know, you got your nut rub, your stack spray, and for everything else, nuts, butts, and your body.
The funk off your junk. That's kind of hilarious. How do I get one of those? That's like
Smell
a fun
how
gift.
good it smells.
Hashtag live balls out.
Live balls out.
Right.
That's right.
Guys, if you go to ballsy.com or ballwash.com, both of those companies work. If you use coupon code Radio Vegas, you'll get 15% off your first order.
I'm going to smell the sack spray right now. It's
I want
smelly.
the ladies here at Radio Vegas to know what it smells like, so that when we walk by them, they're like, oh.
Someone's freshened up.
Guys, seriously, you gotta check out Ball Wash from the Ballsy Company. Mention Radio Vegas in that coupon code. Get 15% off. You won't be disappointed. Hey, have you checked out the Radio Broadcast Podcast? It's happening Tuesday nights at 9, right here at RadioVegas.rocks.
Mary Lou Henner, who was on Taxi, she was on Mark Maron's podcast. And she was great friends with him, with Andy Kaufman, and great friends with Bob Zmuda, I found out from when they were kids. Hated that movie.
Really? Because it made
So many, they made him too, he wasn't that crazy.
Yeah, he was
like
far
you could
nicer.
actually have a conversation with him like everything wasn't at work.
Yeah.
She got real, but she tells the story about.
But those are the parts people want to see.
But the way Zmuda, she said the way Zmuda, even being his best friend, overemphasized it. She said she had a little problem with that, but she told the story about when Tony Clifton shows up on Taxi.
Yeah.
Jim Burrows sat the cast down and said, okay, guys, we're having a guest star next week. It's this guy, Tony Clifton. By the way, it's Andy.
It's Andy.
So play along.
Right.
And they played along, but all that shit happened.
They
Like
all
he got
really
into it
disliked it.
something that wasn't in the movie. He actually got into a fist fight with Judd Hirsch.
Yeah.
Judd Hirsch hated him for that ever since then.
Wow.
Because they got into an actual fist fight because it was that scene when they were firing him. you know, and they called Andy, and they were told that they couldn't call Andy till at night to fire Tony Clifton, and Jim Burrows did the whole thing. Such a great story. I heard telling about that. But that movie changed my life.
That's the Radio Broadcast Podcast, Tuesday nights from 9 to midnight, right here at RadioVegas.rocks.
Check us out. Broadcasting live worldwide.
RadioVegas.rocks.
And we are back.
What up?
Welcome. Cheyenne done rolled up a nice blunt on that break.
Too. It's a beauty.
Just about done.
You know what? Blows my mind away, you guys? When chicks roll blunts and they've got like those fierce nails. I don't get that. I watch that.
It helps you scoop the weed.
You scoop the weed in your nails?
Yeah, look, because I can look. It's like a little like,
right?
Like you know how girls have like the coke nail. I have like the weed. The weed. Yeah, I'm like I can just scoop it and pack it right in my blunt.
I watch videos and stuff like I follow I follow a lot of chicks that they what are they called, influencers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll be watching them roll their little blunts and stuff like that, and they'll be having these crazy ass nails. I'm like. There's no way in hell you're gonna fucking roll that back.
You'd be surprised.
How do you get your finger around the nail is my question. Like, isn't the nail in the way of your finger?
I mean,
that's what I think. That's what I think. Like you're gonna be flick.
I think that like you just have to be easy with it. You just gotta. I don't know. I mean.
You know what though? It's because we don't have
love
nails.
it. Yeah, you gotta love it. You gotta.
But not all blunts are the same. I imagine that it might be harder with nails to roll a different blunt, like a backwood.
It's harder to roll like a joint because the paper's so thin. But like blunts, the paper is a little bit easier to get to do what you want to do. You know.
And another thing that blows my mind when I meet, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, in all respect to, you know what I'm saying, when I meet hot chicks that smoke pot, but they smoke more than we do, more than I do, I think that's fucking hot. I think it's hot, but at the same time, it's like, damn it, I gotta step my game up, you know?
I love it when people are like, oh, I can outsmoke you, and I'm like, outsmoke who?
Bring it, bitch.
Yeah, I'm all for a smoke out anytime.
You know what I'm saying? I used to say that, but I'm like, girl, you can't smoke more than I used to tell to chicks, I'm like, I smoke way more than you do. Like, girl, please stop. You know, I'm all macho with it. Next thing you know, I'm sitting there like this, like,
slumped.
Right, just slumped. She's just like, and then the other day I was over at Carrot House, right? And then they're like, whoa, just shut up. I'm trying to get this weed nap in.
I'm trying to breathe.
You know, my chest hurt.
I love weed naps, man. I see some funny stuff at the dispensary sometimes, man. I think one of the funnier things too is the kids outside trying to hustle out candy bars outside the dispensaries here in Vegas.
That.
They start pulling at my heartstrings and stuff.
Business 101 growing up in Vegas. Like, let them kids do their thing, man.
Actually, but you know what though? If I was a kid, I wouldn't necessarily wait in front of the dispensary to sell my candy. I'd go down about half a block away from the dispensary and walk up to the cat that's sitting in his car hotboxing. Because you can't smoke on property. Yeah, yeah, I'll be right there. Be like, yo, I know you just left Essence, right?
Hey, come in. I heard a knock, huh?
Oh, that was me.
Oh.
Tapping, my bad.
I was like, someone at the door? Come on in.
Tappity, tap on the window.
You do that on the mic, too?
Yeah.
When you tell a joke, you tap it against your knee?
I'll either tap it against my knee or I'll knock on it. And I got to stop doing that because I've blown a few sound guys' ears out.
Oh, no.
I did it one time. And they were like, you only got to knock you got to knock hard on the mic. But I'm like, hey, where's pal? I'm like, oh, my bad. I guess the sound guy doesn't think this shit's funny, you know. So I don't do that anymore. But when I got a joke where I go like I do the wing and wing and wing. Okay, but my mom, I told you. Okay, so my mom she's passed away. You guys know if you follow me on Facebook. But my mom was in the hospital before that, and she had a tracheotomy. And one of my things I was worried about was her coming home, still having that trach in there, and having to use a voice box to talk. Because I'm a dick of a son. And the second she says, "Baby, mommy's on the hospital," I'm gonna just how you guys laugh. It's gonna be me. I'm gonna look at my mom and be like, whoa, wait, hold on, mama, say that shit again. Say that shit again, mama.
Can't take you seriously. I can't take anyone seriously.
Let me get a selfie. Let me get this video in. Go ahead. Say you home again. Like
do it for the snap.
Yeah, do it for the snap.
Hey, you know what's dead serious though? Those people with those boxes in their throat, they will go up to people smoking cigarettes on the street street and give them a little public service announcement like, back when I was a kid. You know, they'll go up to people. I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
I want to punch him in the throat.
You know, that's not the place you want to punch them. I mean, come on, bro. Don't double whammy their ass. Give them something in the eye or something like.
Poke him in the eye.
I think God is telling your ass that you shouldn't talk to begin with.
I'm just terrible. I have nothing for that. I'm just an awful person. That's just what I would do.
If you got a voice box, if you almost lost your throat, then maybe you should shut the fuck up.
Right. That's probably what I would do. It's like, I used to smoke 20 packs a day. Well, I'm smoking one cigarette. If you don't take your bad luck ass away from me right now, but you're bad. You shouldn't have been smoking so much cigarettes.
You just need someone to fucking talk to, man.
Yeah, that's it.
But you know they got robots nowadays, so you just go talk yourself fucking Alexa. You and Alexa have a great conversation, bro.
I'm sure she's got a robot voice like yours.
You know what I love about weed though? Weed gets me thinking, and it gets me thinking to like how were things before we had certain things, or who was the first person to do something. Like I think in my mind, who was the first person to make and extract any kind of oil? And if you did extract some oil, then you probably drank it first, right? They were like, damn, look at that like yellow golden oil. They got a thing full of canola oil, and they just start chugging that canola, bro.
I think stoners are a little smarter than that.
I don't.
No, we're talking about. No, we're just. I mean, we're talking about back in the day.
I've done some dumb shit high. Okay.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, so why? But overall, though, I mean, think about it. Like, okay.
Look at oil and tell me oil don't look like it's drinkable. If you just look at oil, just look at some straight canola oil.
Yeah.
It looks like you could drink it, right?
Yeah, it does, because it's like a liquid. So
yeah, you know like better.
My first instinct.
I guess if you just had it, if you just had it in a glass with no label on there, just sitting there and it wasn't moving and there was no bubbles in it, it was just like a glass of oil, just perfect. And you were like, "Yo, drink some of that yellow stuff in the bottle on the glass on the counter," and there was like 2 glasses of yellow stuff, and I was like, "Oh, I might grab the one that looks
like oil."
Clear. Yeah,
it looks drinkable. So if you're the first person to extract a large amount of oil, canola oil and shit, you probably tried drinking it, and it might have been a fad back then. They might have been running around different civilizations like, look, we on this new canola oil diet or olive oil diet, and then Ice Age comes through and solidifies all of them.
No, Mike.
No. Because when it gets cold, you know, oil solidifies.
I'm like, wait.
Goober, I'm just going to say no to all of that.
We're lost. Let's go back to more fat wife jokes. Because this oil shit got me lost. Let me talk about my wife.
Well, you know what though? I will say this though. I have sat and I really thought about like who was the first person that's like actually like before anything. Who was the first person that actually like found some weed and like and smoked it? It was like, oh boy, like who was that? Like who was that guy or girl? Because sometimes really slick stuff come like.
You know, they probably threw it in the fire. They probably threw it in the fire.
That's the whole idea.
I guarantee they were like, hey, you know, because someone probably first ate it. They saw it. They were like, damn, this looks like eatable. Yeah. So they try to eat it, and they realize that it doesn't make them feel good. Because you can't eat weed. This shit will make you sick.
But
right?
I mean, it's an herb, so I'm sure that, like you said, they probably used it for like cooking
Somebody
and stuff like that at first. Like a seasoning.
Or they just threw it into the fire. Like, will this burn?
Right.
And next thing you know, everyone's having a great time.
Or the chief of the tribe could have been, walking through looking for tobacco for the, the smoke out, and came across this weird looking plant. It was like, this has 2 extra leaves than used to. It's probably better tobacco. And probably grabbed the whole tree, went back, loaded his bowl, and was like, me visions is way better.
I imagine the first
visions,
Imagine the first person that made shoes. Everyone else probably thought they were stupid. Like, well, look at that stupid guy walking around with
his feet covered,
with rocks on his feet.
Yeah. Right?
They call him rock feet.
Not stepping on stuff. This guy. Hey, Paul, what's up with you over there walking on stuff like the rest of us over here?
Yeah, you got no blisters on your feet. That means you're weak. Right. You know?
Why your toes all not dirty? I can imagine this how it would go. Like I think the first person that invented the wheel, when he brought that to his friend, he was like, "Yo, check this thing out." And they rolled it. We're like, "The fuck is this?"
Yes. This dumbass.
Now it's all the way over there.
You gotta go get the shit now,
right? It's a stupid idea.
We ain't getting it.
Put a reverse on that thing, or maybe we'll buy it. What's reverse? I don't know, but I imagine to make it come back, dummy. Go
You
get
know,
it.
they might have had it on the ground trying to spin it, like, just for fun and shit. Because you know, at that inner legs, you're just thinking, hey, look at this. You know, so they got it on the ground and they're spinning it and shit like a roulette wheel. You know, everyone's like, ooh.
Well, I mean, that's how they figured out tools. You know,
See, I think more about like how they figured out like eggs and milk and shit. Like, what were they fucking doing?
The first person to eat eggs, everyone else is looking at him like, that just came out of that thing's ass, bro.
And did did he cook it first, or did he eat this whole thing, shell and all? He just like,
oh yeah, he probably just
yeah.
He's like, the inside's okay, the outside's horrible.
And then it's like sunflower seeds. You got those people that are like, we chew the shells, and then the other people are like, nah, that's gross.
Yeah, they're savage.
We chew the eggshell.
I used to eat the whole shell on seeds.
On sunflower seeds? Me too. I used to chew them motherfuckers up.
Because I didn't know how to take the shell off. And then when I took the shell off, it was like, at that point, it became an accomplishment. So now I'm like, dude, how many bags of fucking sunflower seeds can I clear in it?
Yeah, because I used to eat the shell. I used to make like this ball that was like a tumbleweed and then just swallow that motherfucker whole, bro.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I was a kid, man. We used to snort pixie sticks and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. I did that.
Hey, you've never been Kool-Aid high? Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, I think all of us would not be in this room right now if we weren't snorting some shit when we were 8. You know,
That's true.
I think the only thing I when I was a young kid, one time I huffed glue.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
That was weird.
Was it with St. George? Your uncle?
No.
Uncle George?
No, it's a different uncle. He's Catholic.
That explains a lot.
What's it touching that day? No, honestly though, no. My mother, she used to wear like crazy long nails. You know, when she was a young mom.
Cause she rolled blunts with them.
No. She poured glasses of Hennessy. Yeah, I'm like the only person, like, out of all of, okay, sidebar, out of everybody in my family, I'm the only person who legitimately smokes weed. Everybody else either drank a lot or did like everything.
I'm the same. I feel you.
Yeah,
I'm the only person in my family that smokes.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah, I mean, I've got family that smokes, so like, but like, I don't know.
Call them out. Which uncle?
They won't. So like, for sure, like my mom's side of the family is way more like cool with it, but like my family is very like leaning into it. Like they're going very hippie stages. I mean, getting curious about like shrooms and all sorts of stuff. And I'm like, hey,
yeah.
I'm like, yes. I'm like, you want to take a dab? You want to smoke a joint?
I knew you'd come around.
No, yeah, let's be friends. Let's smoke.
You know, and that's one big thing though for people that have smoked weed their entire lives. Now that others are coming around to it, we kind of feel that. Like, it's like, wow, this has never happened. My family was never okay with this. And now they're starting to be okay with it. And now they're coming out of the weed den, you know, and it's kind of cool feeling, right?
Yeah, 'cause I got like cops and shit in my family. Like my brother, he's just retired. He's like anti anything. He hardly drinks. He doesn't do anything. So like, you know, if I mention, you know, I was drunk, I tell him, you better get your act together. Probably, you know, that's how he is. I love him though, but you know, fucking pig.
I mean, it's like, where have you guys been? Like, you get that feeling, like, you remember when you were kids and you had a group of friends and there was like 6 of you, and then I was the first one in my group to start smoking weed, and they told my parents on me, all my friends, bro.
Oh my gosh.
And then a year and a half later, 3 of them out of the 6 was smoking weed too, and I was like, where y'all been, bro? I've been here the whole time.
The whole time, you guys.
The whole time.
Oh yeah. I tell like, but like the younger ones in there, they're like, oh yeah, dude, I'm over here. Yeah, Uncle, I'm over here. You know, getting high with the homies and stuff like that. They're like, whoa. When did you start smoking weed? They'll try to get like, oh, don't get on. I say, whoa. I told you a long time ago, pal. The first time you picked up the fucking marijuana,
you gonna be with me.
You come to me.
Yeah.
Cause I'm gonna get you high right.
Yeah.
What are you over there smoking right now? And you're like, oh, I don't even know. See, look at that, uneducated. I don't even know what you're smoking. I bet you're smoking a bunch of blunts and shit right now. Yeah, bunch of great blunts. Yeah.
That stepped on shit though.
Yeah,
because when you're in middle school, you smoking stepped on weed.
whatever.
Yeah.
You're smoking this. You know what?
Soda can and
you're
an
smoking
apple.
whatever somebody's got.
Yeah.
You know, because I remember when I even, you know what though, anytime you first start smoking, you smoke whatever you get.
Yeah.
Like I didn't officially like really like start smoking, like actually going to get my own weed until I was like 20 21, almost 22 or something like
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
I was like 16.
Right, yeah. See, now I had smoked before that, but officially, like,
Yeah.
legitimately smoking, yeah, I was in my 20s.
Yeah, no, I was the one hooking all my friends up with weed. I was like, here we go.
Yeah, I was 12.
And it was,
I was
you know,
12.
and it was
Yeah,
someone
I
like
was-
you who had been
yeah.
smoking since for like 4 or 5 years previous that was like, yo, Jay, come on over here, man. I got you, bro. You know,
Yeah.
so they, you know,
Yeah,
put
we're
my-
good. We're
yeah.
gonna put you in a box, motherfucker.
Now, my first. Okay, here's a question for you guys. First time getting high. How was it?
I went to Fremont Street.
Oh shit!
It was
Poor
messed up.
thing.
It was messed up because they put us all in the back of my homie's mom's car, and he lived on Stewart and 14th. That's where we were staying. We were staying the night over there. Stewart. I told my mom we were staying in Summerlin. I was like, oh, we're gonna be at my friend's house in Summerlin, not in Stewart and 14th. Not in the hood. So we went down to Fremont, but I was very claustrophobic, and I had a bad experience, you know. But I kept going because I still had fun, you know.
Right. I was 13 and it was Thanksgiving and I got high as
Thanksgiving?
shit. Yeah, with my best friend Kennedy. We went to the park in our neighborhood. We got super high underneath the slide, and then we went back to my mom's house and we just ate. And then I just remember us going up to my bedroom, and we were just super, super baked, and we like took a nice little weed nap, and it was perfect. It made me fall in love.
Was it his first time smoking?
Her, yeah,
Or her?
yeah.
Her
so-
first time smoking?
Yeah.
That's good because I was surrounded by like 8 people that had smoked before, and they put me
Yeah.
in the box.
Oh, they just hammered you down, huh?
I mean, I remember staring
take
at
care
the
of people
mirror.
when it's like,
Yeah, you
oh,
got to,
yeah,
man. You
no.
got to.
Yeah.
You can't just get somebody to stone and be like, okay,
Right.
you get with us. It's
Have
like, that's not
fun.
going to happen.
Yeah.
That's not going to work that way.
We got the weed from this girl named Tabitha. It was her Tabitha's mom, and there's only one Tabitha that I know that is cool, and it's not her. Y'all know Tabitha's, then you gotta know. Like,
Yeah, there's not very many cool Tabithas out in the world.
Tabitha. But there's one cool Tabitha out here in the comedy industry. She was out at one of my shows having fun. Do you got anything coming up? You got any plugs? We're almost done.
Yeah, I got a show coming up on the 21st. It's a marijuana produced show. This comedy sesh. I'll be there on the 21st of December. And then, other than that, you guys will see me at Are you about to announce that? And then we ain't got no addresses. We gotta wait.
Yeah,
to
that's
see
the.
it.
But you can actually RSVP for that show because I'm doing that show too. The comedy session. Run by the Urban Marketplace. You can RSVP at urbanmarketplacelv.gmail, boy.
Yeah, tell them Jay and Mike Duber sent you.
As December 21st, it's going to be 6 till 11 p.m. You'll be able to smoke, right?
And I'm doing it on stage.
You doing it? How many minutes are you doing?
They do give me like 15, so you know I'm gonna go.
I got 15 too,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know I'm going butt monkey wild up there for the 15 minutes.
I'm
man.
excited. I've done a lot of 10s, but I'm ready to do some 15, man.
I'm ready for an HBO special. Fuck you talking about.
5 years in. It's one of those industries. There's dudes that are 10 years in. They're like, I'm ready. Still grinding it out, right?
You know, I mean, you got to be realistic with yourself. Like, I could be ready all I want. You know what I'm saying? But is there anybody who could see me being ready? I don't know. But I'm ready. So that's what I said. 2020, I'm asking for the money, Mike. I'm asking for the money all year.
Baby, have my money.
That's
Don't
it.
you worry. I don't know. I do shows for free though. I don't care. At my point, I'm only a year into comedy, so I'll do a show for free. I don't give a shit.
Oh, you know what? I'll do it for free now. But I'm still gonna ask for the money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna ask. That's just stupid not
Worth
to. But
asking, yeah.
but you know, because at the end of the day, I really don't. I mean, I care. But I got a job. At Beer Burps. So at the end of the day, I'm not saying I'm not hurting for money. I mean, I always want more. It's the American way. But if someone says, "Hey Jay, you know, do this show," just put my face on the flyer.
Exactly. Exposure means
You know
a
what I'm
lot
saying? Just give me
sometimes in this
exposure, you know
industry.
what I'm saying? And promote your show.
The weed industry too, 'cause, you know, I just started dabbling. You dabble in the weed industry as well, and you know a little bit about the weed industry. And exposure is big on that side too.
Yes, yes.
And one thing that I just found out is the repost app is big with
Yeah.
weed, because comedians, we don't want you showing anybody our stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We
I'm
don't want
reposting.
that.
I'm
If you're
reposting.
gonna see me, you're gonna see me at a show. You know.
Yeah.
But in the weed industry, they're like,
it's
repost this, repost
Yep.
this.
Yep.
Everyone's reposting
Yeah.
everything.
Yo.
I'm like,
Everyone wants that exposure for
Yeah.
sure.
And stoners don't believe the hype. I'm not one of them comics that you can't repost my shit. I don't care. Yeah,
For comics?
Yeah, dude. Because you know what though, and what it is, and it's a silly thought. We don't want our stuff shared. We don't want nobody seeing our stuff until we can do it. Because we're so worried about somebody stealing our jokes.
No, not stealing jokes, because
that's what I hear.
Not in my opinion. It's
Yeah.
more you don't want your audience seeing your material that they're eventually going to come out and see at a show, and it just kills the whole joke. They've already heard. You don't want an audience
Yeah.
to see your joke if they're going to come and see you perform on a stage for a show.
That makes sense.
You know,
Okay.
like why are other people putting my material on Instagram or on Facebook or YouTube for free when it's like you want to come to the show, and it's so much better at a show.
Yeah.
in
You know
general.
what? And I agree with you to a point. And the only reason why I say it is because I say then write new shit. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to anybody, because I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Because in real life,
Bro, how long does it take to make an hour set? These guys are on HBO. They have hour sets.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, what do you mean write new shit?
Well,
Like,
now at
that's
that,
an hour of
At
material.
that level, yeah, but at that level though, it shouldn't matter.
How
who's
long
watching
does
it, because,
it
you know
take to
what
get
I'm
an hour of material?
Right now,
years, right? Sometimes of good material, solid material.
At least 3 years.
Solid material,
Solid
yeah.
material, 3 years.
So
'Cause
that's
right
3
now,
years.
I'm about
so
40. I'm actually, no, I mean, I could exaggerate. I'm about 30 minutes of a set, so I could probably do 30. I could probably do it. It's Comedy Central. I don't know if it'll be good, but I got 30 minutes though, you know. But I mean, I'm not trying to make it sound so easy as that, but I hear that from guys that are at our level saying that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I get it if you're like way up
big
there.
level.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're on tour, you know what I'm saying? This is the stuff that you go on tour with. Okay, bingo, got you.
Right.
What's the guy Peterson from SNL? You know Dave something?
Yeah,
Dave Peterson,
that's it, Patterson.
right? He's very popular, but he started doing stand up. He made his audience sign a $1 million waiver to not do any talk about
Right,
his
like a
show.
non-disclosure.
They're like, you can't even talk about my show. That's how serious people are getting about it, because it's. I mean, I get it. I really do get it. I get it.
Like I said, if you're at a certain level, okay, or if you're on that cusp where you're skyrocketing,
Right.
okay, do you know what I'm saying? Do that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
you do need to be quote unquote as fresh as possible. But like I said, I hear guys that are at our level, you know, say maybe just starting to hit that tour scene, and it's like, okay, I get it, but at this point right now, you should have enough material at this point, because you're not being seen by everybody, so you should have enough material right now that if someone walks up to you and say, yo, that joke that you tell about fat chicks over a Boulder Highway, bro, that is the business right there. That's just hilarious. And
We've heard that fat chick joke online.
The
show's ruined.
But if they come to me and they say, yo, that's just hilarious, I can't even front, can't be mad, can't even backtrack, can't
Right.
go the other way, because I have a whole nother line to that joke. Not to
Right.
mention
That's
the
new.
That's new that nobody
Or
heard
even
yet.
improv, because
Or
I improv a lot.
Yeah, and I improv
You know,
a lot.
you
So-
can improv. Every show is different. Man. So, do you have anything coming up? We're almost out for the night.
I do
so,
not. Yeah,
no?
no.
Yeah, anything?
Yeah,
Shout outs.
check me out to Artisan on Wednesday. We'll be at the Rebar on Tuesday. Let's do
Rebar,
that.
yeah, I'm going tomorrow to Rebar for sure.
And definitely be keeping your eye out for the new and revamped Hotbox show episode airing this weekend on I don't know yet, YouTube, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
I also have a show coming up December 14th. It is at The Drop. It is a 420 show.
Oh, you doing The Drop?
2770 East Flamingo, Saturday, December 24th. Saturday, December 14th, 8:30 p.m. Tickets are $5 at the door, and the headliner is Stoner Rob.
Okay.
Dope.
I'm
That's
excited.
my guy
This will
right there.
be
Yeah, that's my guy right there, yeah.
This will be my first 420 friendly show.
Yeah.
Strictly
Okay.
420, so I'm excited.
Dope,
I got a
dope,
guest,
dope.
5-minute guest over there. Check out The Drop at The Drop _LV. Other than that, we will be back next week. Our guest next week actually sells frozen bananas.
Huh.
Yeah, frozen
Frozen
bananas.
bananas?
Yes, Layla's bananas. Layla's bananas.
Layla's Bananas.
Bananas. All right, guys, and it's been fun. Thank you so much,
No,
Jay.
thanks for having me, man. It was good times.
All righty, and Cheyenne, thank you for coming by again.
Thanks for the brewski,
hosting.
too.
Oh, you're welcome.
Took me out with
And
it.
we will see you next week.
Yeah.
We might have already been cut off, but.